Welcome everybody to another Voice of Nick show. We're doing more of our Posthomerica artwork here. We have Eurypylus, we have Neoptolemus. We want to add a couple more things to Eurypylus. I also think we're going to remove the accent color, possibly from both corpses, just to push them into the background a little more. It's a little too distracting that they had such detailed accents. Also, I just want to remove Neoptolemus's knees because at least this upper part, it feels a little too much like a accidental line. We didn't really put any other pieces of that sort of like level of detail for the characters in. It's a lot more broad strokes. Even this is kind of pushing at these little pieces for the thigh or whatever you'd call that. But I think that part works. So, okay, that's better. I like this better with only them having colors. And I love that Eurypylus has a different color for his armor. I don't know why I didn't think of that sooner. I'm not sure if we're going to add a color to any of this. Maybe we could put some kind of color on the shield somewhere, like maybe going through here and then we'll cut it out wherever the characters appear. Or we could always try like surrounding the characters with color or filling them in, but I think that's going to be too gaudy. So we're just gonna remove the sections where the accent would intersect with the characters. Up here we want to get stuff, this, that works fine. These are supposed to hypothetically be characters here that are like too small to see. So we'll remove the accent from them. And now do we like this? Yeah, that's pretty cool. It needed some color on the front part of the shield. Okay. It's a little, sort of the purple or pink, whatever, is a little too bright as it is, but once we weather the picture, I think it's going to fit in really well. So I love this skunk thing or whatever this is. I want to see if we can get something for that. So let's work our way up to it. First we're going to maybe do this collar. It'd be cool if we could get like a stripe pattern that's only comprised of accent color and doesn't have, a lot of times this Greek art would have like things that were only painted on but didn't have any like fired elements to back it up. So like for example where it's just the accent color with no outline. And then it would give really interesting effects where that color would then kind of bleed or weather differently than the rest. Maybe something like that. I mean, we could do the whole, musculature of the armor with the accent, but that might be a little too much. I want want to get something on the helmet. Probably not the actual animal. Maybe it's just the tip of this, like we have with the other helmet. Okay. So we're essentially not worrying about the whether it goes outside of like the lines or whatever, because we're just going to cut it out with the eraser, but we want to get the color in there. Okie dokie. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, I love that. I think it works on his armor too. Eurypylus definitely gives off the impression of his armor being like gaudier than Neoptolemus. Neoptolemus's armor, technically, the shield of Neoptolemus is roughly as, if not more, ornate than Eurypylus' shield. But I wanted to convey something like, because Neoptolemus' armor is wrought by Hephaestus, and he also did it in like a day. So it's like God created armor, where it's like it has all these crazy scenes of war and scenes of people working the fields and storms and gods, killing titans and stuff. All that's on the shield. And Eurypylus' shield has all the deeds of Heracles. But while Neoptolemus' one is created by a god, this one is created by a person. So I figure it's kind of like, this could have some kind of like elegant simplicity, and this one would be like, he's wearing like a Rolex or something where it screams wealth. So I like that he has more accent colors, and he has a brighter accent color, more intricate details. I think that works for the picture. Okay, now what else do we got to do? Everything looks pretty much there. Let's take a look at the exterior here. I don't love this being black here. I don't know what else I would do, really. Actually, I know what else I would do. I would just do the same thing as the sides. Let's take a look at what that would look like. Oh, this is one merged layer, huh? Okay, well, if we took this, we could take this, put it here. Actually, we gotta do it exactly 90 degrees or else it won't work. How does that make any sense? Okay, hold on. Now we do 90 degrees. There you go. I don't know why all this stuff is in here. Okay, good. We just want to flip this 180 because it's upside down currently. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So we're going to do this, and it's going to hood these elements here, but not quite as much as it is currently. so we need to fix that, but we'll just rough this in for now. So we want to check this, doing this, and we can have this come down further, which is always nice because then it encroaches in the picture and characters can layer on top of it. That's nice. Okay, there's a few obvious problems happening. So we just got to fix that now. What do we got here? This is the background layer. We'll just get rid of this for now. We're going to... Why does this look like this? Oh, that's because I took away the background layer. Okay. So we gotta leave the background on, or what's better is we could just turn this off, so then we'll see what we're doing. What we want is, we're gonna take a piece of this, move this up, take a piece of it, and extend it so that it works throughout the whole picture. Get rid of that. Oops. Good. I'm going to duplicate it. This is good. Now since we're here, we're just going to do some cleanup on this. Oh, I see, okay. I did some kind of really weird strategy to make this work. It wasn't very economical. That works. Now we're going to do this on the other side. While we're here, we should probably just supplement this top part because some of it seems to have gotten cut off. When we were at this stage in our doing the artwork, it wasn't standardized the way that we did these top sections. A lot of times I made them really uneven, which I'm still technically doing right now. But at least recently we haven't done them uneven where they don't hit the top. We want the black to hit the top in every picture. And we didn't really have a good way of doing that at the beginning. Save it. Good. We're gonna move this. Aha, that's why it looks like that. Because it does not have this. So this causes a few problems of its own, which is to say that this is also not straight. We're gonna figure that out later. For now, this looks good, the spacing of these two things. Now we're gonna extend this thing. How are we gonna do this? Because it's actually burned in. The answer I don't want to have to say is that we redo it, but I think we got to redo it. All right, well, certainly not the hardest instance of that we've had to do. Might as well do it now. Get it over with. Yeah, because it's only going to cause us problems in the future if we keep letting it look like that. Oh, look at that. It does go all the way to the left. That must have been a remnant of this. Yeah, there's some kind of like opaque layer on this. Good to know. So all we really got to do is draw a few of these and then duplicate them. Actually, we could probably just do one line. This isn't going to work. Maybe it'll work. Now this we can't really do with a guided brush. So if we just do these well once, this little row of these, we won't have to do it again. So it's worth trying to do it, decently. Actually, we want this to extend a little bit past. So it connects with the next section. Oh, okay. It's a bit messy because of the way that Photoshop interprets this. So that's our little section there. Let's check if we can duplicate it and if it would actually line up. So it looks pretty clean like this, little row of teeth. Now we'll take this and move it. Does it line up? Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Perfect. Good. So now that we know it'll work, we're gonna delete this. Let's just do it on a new layer. We're gonna do these base colors. Actually, we could just turn this off. It's gonna mess me up anyway. Maybe we could do an accent on the bottom part too. Great. Where's the reference I pulled this from? Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, that looks good. Okay. Now we're just gonna group these. Duplicate these. We just have to do a little tiny skew effect on this to make it fit. Actually, we don't want to skew the top part, only this. Yeah, you can see that the skew makes it slightly blurry. It's kind of annoying. It's not really going to come into play for ours because we weather this so much that I don't think you'll be able to see the blur. But that's pretty concerning, actually. I don't like that. All right, we're going to group these. Duplicate the group, and then the nice thing here is that we can... Oh wait, we can't do it like this. We have to flip it manually. If I can get it to flip. And this should then line up perfectly with this. Yep. Good. And then we just move it over. We have a lot of groups within groups, but that's fine. We're going to have to deal with that later. But for now, it's fine. So, The next thing to do is, let's turn this off. I want to make a new fill layer for this because it's kind of not good. And we're not going to use the fill layer, but we're going to use it as a mask. So we still want it. The real question is, if I just said I was going to only use the fill layer as a mask, why did I bother to sample the color? But I don't have a good answer for that. All right, now we can turn this back on, turn this back on. This we don't need anymore, that's the old layer. Delete that. We're gonna move this into position. Whoa. Photoshop does not like using that giant group of layers. So that would be pretty much it then. Maybe move it up a little bit more. Again, it's sort of uneven, so it doesn't match in every spot. But I think that works. Yeah, that's cool. Let's add the accent to the bottom somehow. Not sure if that's going to really play. Okay, good. Does that read? No. It looks too muddy. Actually, let's leave it and turn it off for now. Let's also see what the file size is. 51. Not big at all. Although it could still crash if we used stuff like those big layer groups. Like if we tried to resize that giant group of layers, it would probably have a problem. What if we don't like that either. I got an idea. It works, but it's just so small that you don't really even see it. What if you did like that? No, it doesn't work. I think we are fated to leave the bottom part without an accent color. It takes too much away from the characters. For the same reason we took the accent out of the background guys. Yeah, I think that's the right choice. Okay, so now we have the entire line art. Let's just take another quick look at this. Border looks fine. I do want to fix this one little thing on the bottom. Good. That guy on the bottom looks good. That guy looks good. Shield looks good. I love the leaves on these trees. We've done that in a couple of our pictures. Really like that look. I don't know where this little black dot comes from, but that's not going to really show up. I might like it better as just filled in for right there. Maybe it's implying there's like a cape behind him or something. But for now, we'll leave it out. Something happened here. How did I not notice that? I remember why, too, because we didn't completely fill it with black. Since there was already black there. Why is this happening? We're on the line art. No, we're not going to do anything more ornate than that. Okay, it's looking pretty clean. Love the newly designed shield here. The Eurypylus is looking good. Okay. So now we have the whole thing good to go. The line art is done. We're going to go into our menu here. We're going to duplicate this. We're going to put this in the old folder. Now it's going to open the one of the shield, I guess. It always seems to open the project to the right of the old folder. Now we have this copy. We're going to rename it. And now in this version 3, we're going to start merging down all the layers and destroying everything so that we basically have a picture that looks exactly the same as this, but all the line art is on one layer together, and all the border stuff is on one layer, and there's no background. Then we start moving in all the texture. But that's all going to happen on the next one. Thanks for joining, ladies and gents. That's going to do it for this episode. The channel is called The Voice of Nick. If you want to see more, don't forget to hit the follow button. The book that we're working on here for the illustrations and the audiobook is called Posthomerica, The Fall of Troy. It's an ancient Greek story that I'm releasing my own illustrated edition of, as well as an audiobook edition. You can find the illustrated book on Amazon, audiobook on Audible when they come out, which is going to be within the next 2 months. So keep your eyes open. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.